Hi, this is Chris Lawler. Just thought I would walk you through the new stamps and dies that are releasing on September 1st. This is the Santa release, and I just think these are really cute, so I thought I would show you the different stamp sets and die sets and then walk you through the cards that I made with these awesome products. So this is the stamp set that is the main one that's part of the Die Hard or Stamp Club, and you've got, it's called Happy Santa to Stamp, and you've got a really cute waving Santa, a tree, some presents, and some really great sentiments to use. And then also there is a More Santa to Stamp, which shows, you know, there's Santa in a couple of different positions, as well as some really great sentiments to use with your cards. And then in addition to that, there is also a phrases for Christmas, which just, you know, gives you some additional phrases and sentiments to use on your cards. I really like, in particular, the Christmas blessings and the joy to the world. Those are nice and bold, and they show up really well on the inside of the cards. The others are great as well, but I found like those were the ones that I was reaching for. All right, and then these are the dies for both that accompany, you know, both of these sets. You get a tree die, you know, your Santas, some presents, you get both, you know, the outline and the detail, and then you get like a die here if you wanted to add a bunch of different ornaments and stuff to your tree, and a couple stars. So really cute. And then there is also a, you know, a background die. It's the double, I think it's called the double diamond plaid background die. And, you know, this is also releasing, and it really does make a nice backdrop for, you know, the scenes and whatnot that you can make with these stamps and dies. And this is something new that the Stamps of Life has come out with. It's like a tree gatefold die, which is really interesting. I had a lot of fun putting this card together. You get a really great sentiment. It says, "May your Christmas be merry and bright." And then you get one of those panel dies, which I actually used this in some other projects. I did shoot a video that for something that'll be releasing later on where I used this. And then you also get, you know, some lights and, you know, like a little garland if you want, or, you know, either a garland or if you want to use it to string your lights. And then you get the tree cut out as well. One thing I do want to point out when you're, and you'll see on my sample, when you are working with this, you're going to want to cut out two of these, one this way, you know, how do I say this? You're going to want to cut it out twice. You're going to cut it out like once like this on your paper, and then once, you know, like if you're using pattern paper, you want it to be on the other side. It'll obviously make more sense when I get to my samples on that one. And then another die set that's releasing is this Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, and it comes with a really cute tiny holly as well as the outline, and I will show you how I used that. All right, so I'm gonna start, I think I'm gonna start with this card. This is the tree gatefold. So you can see how I've used the panels here, and then this is the tree. So this is where, you know, you're gonna cut it out like, well, basically, since this is not pattern paper, you're gonna cut it out twice. You know, you're gonna cut this out twice, and you're gonna use the main side on the right, and then the left side is going to be your, you know, you're going to kind of flip it over. And if, you know, these edges bother you, what you can do is line a piece of copy paper in between you know, like you've got your cardstock, and then you'd have your copy paper underneath, and then run it through your die cut machine, and then that will help minimize a little bit of the roughness. You can also, you know, take a bone folder and just kind of press it down a little bit as well. And then it also helps to have a new cutting plate to make it a nice and clean cut. But anyway, so I used one of the Happy Santas, and then I cut out a bunch of different colored lights. And what I did to color my lights was I cut them out in white, and then I just used my alcohol markers, and I just colored, you know, the glass portion of the light, and then I colored the base with like a kind of a lighter green color. And then I used the panel on the inside as well. And then I put May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright on the inside. And I just have a little bit of pattern paper on this one just to kind of add a little more interest. But I think this card is really cute. I mean, it's a little more involved than a typical flat A2 card, but it was fun putting it together. Another thing I did want to mention is that when you're doing this card, you're going to want to cut out 2 of these. So you're going to have one on this side, and then you're going to have one on this side. So again, just to point out, you're going to have, you know, on the left side, you're going to have like the back side of the die. So just be aware that that's how, you know, this card die set works. But anyway, let's move on to the next card. All right, let's do this one. Okay, so this card uses, you know, the diamond background as well as the tree and the Santa and some presents. And I thought it was a little fun just to add some pink in there. It's always fun to kind of throw in some non-traditional Christmas colors. And then on the inside, I used one of the sentiments from the Phrases for Christmas set. As we celebrate this festive season, let's remember Jesus, the ultimate reason. For the joy and merriment we hold dear is rooted in his love forever near. Very nice. All right, and this card just uses the tree, and then I'm using the diamond background in like a lighter color, and then just to add some dimension to my tree, on the ornaments, I used some of the 3D ink, and it does kind of add like a nice little shine, which I think is cute. And then on the inside, I put sending warm holiday hugs and heartfelt wishes. So again, just a different option with some different kind of more muted pastel colors. All right, this is a cute card in that it's a lot less cutting out and coloring and whatnot. I just cut out and colored the Santa, and I did him in blues, and I've got the little snowy background there. This is the from the Snowy Scene to Stamp dies. This was released when the snowmen were released a couple years ago. And then I just stamped my tree directly onto the pattern paper. So that made this card quick and easy. This is definitely a card if you need to mass produce cards or if you're short on time. This is a design that would be easy to pick up. And then I used some epoxy dots for my ornaments as well as my tree. And then I've got sending you love and warm wishes for a wonderful Christmas. And then on the inside, Santa with his bag of toys brings laughter, wonder, and noise. But let us be thankful for the birth of Jesus Christ, our Savior on earth. Very nice. I love that sentiment. All right, and certainly last but not least, I'm using the Have a Holly Jolly Christmas die as well as the holly. So you can see I've used the holly up in the corners as well as on his present. And for my background, I used one of the embossing folders that was released a couple of years ago. And then on the inside, I've got May Your Christmas Be Merry and Your New Year Be Bright. So anyway, these are the cards that I've made today, or not today, but I've made them over the last couple of weeks. So I'm really excited for this release. It's always a lot of fun to, you know, see what the September 1st release is going to be, because for the Stamps of Life, it's always Christmas or holiday related. So anyway, if you have any questions or want to let me know what your favorite card is, please leave me a note or please leave me a comment. Thanks so much.